Hi, this is Keith. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've done any kind of serious posting and everything like that. This video here is going to be a bit of a regroup to let you know where I've been. Part of that journey has been in this time frame that I've been posting, and some of it goes back to last year this time, which I'm somebody entirely different than I was on, today is July 25th, Saturday. I'm somebody entirely different than I was July 25th, 2008 than I am today, July 25th, 2009. I mean, entirely different. I mean, I have a great memory of my whole life. When everybody that I know is blown away by my memory, and I know who I've been all my life. And let me tell you, at age 46, I've hit my stride. That's pretty amazing, considering that most people start going downhill. So anyways, I've surrounded myself with all my products here. I brought them out over here so that I could kind of tell you where I've been and what's affected me and where I'm at with my decisions and stuff right now. Okay, the first major change that came to me was starting to socialize, meeting other people, and that also made me quickly realize seeing how other people handle raw food and what have you, and that was nice to realize the power of being with people. A lot of my strength, though, is in being solitary. I know a lot of people have problems with the raw food diet from not having somebody to do it with and all that. I could give a flying fuck about that. I really don't care. The whole axiom, just like David Wolf says, other people who are on the bigger soul journey, is you got to work from the inside out. And if you're not working on yourself, if you're trying to find yourself in other people, you're your own. That's where you are right now. That's fine. But what you should strive for is finding all that personal empowerment for yourself. So the first thing that started making me go whoa was you know, YouTube, obviously, first. Okay, so that goes without saying. And I've got a lot of stuff here from me blogging and people that I've met, amazing people that I've met. Led me to zeolites, discovering zeolites. Okay, so I took a cheap zeolite because somebody told me it was really, had profound effects. I started taking some zeolite cap in September, and it was amazing. It made me feel really high. I never felt that way before. So then after that, that was right before I went to Raw Spirit Fest in 2008. Then after that, I started getting into herbalism. And my first thing with that was Hoshu Wu and Reishi. I started using a low-grade Reishi and Hoshu Wu at about the same time, which would have been November 1, 2008. I used a generic brand of what is Foti, is the way you're going to find it in a health food store. I eventually moved on to higher grade Hoshu Wu, or so I think. Anyways, so I'm at a plateau right now, and some of the things that I discovered were right after that period. I met Truth Calkins that same summer that I started doing zeolites, and was seeing him at the bar, at the Tonic Bar in Los Angeles, a couple of times. And then I paid for a consultation with him, talked to him on the phone, one-on-one. And he gave me a long list of stuff here to go through to beat HIV, and most of it deals with this idea that all HIV, all chronic disease and everything we know that comes from the same thing, is that the body is perfectly capable of taking care of itself. So he gave me a long list. I have a special journal here, and my journaling is a major thing that gets me going. And I have a special journal here where I take notes of everything that I learned from Truth Calkins. Because he's sort of become a guru, and I don't know if it's important, and I don't know if I'm all over that word guru. It gets dropped a lot. Kind of a hero right now for me, because he's getting the results that I want. So anyways, I got this long list of stuff from a telephone conversation that I had with him clear back in December. And just a week ago, I arrived at a major product that that was in his list. This is $190 a bottle. It's called Cantron. And I personally have never heard anybody else talk about Cantron except Truth Calkins. There's a whole kind of YouTube cancer cult of people beating cancer naturally that are inside this product right here, and along with all of the stuff that comes from the company that does this medical research product. And that has nothing to do with the raw food world, except through me, through Truth Calkins being a raw foodist and what have you. So that should give you proof right away, is that you should really start backing away from what the mainstream has to say. Because I'll tell you what, there's about 20 products that have nothing to do with raw foodism, that if you don't change your diet, if you just start ingesting these products. Anyways, I finally got at a point of messing around with all my herbalism, and I'm trying to refine what is important. And I've been taking the Cantron now for 7 days. I got it last Friday. And I'm taking a 1/4 teaspoon every 3.5 hours, and whoa, I discovered a word that the Cantron people use called cell respiration, and that is this whole cure for everything. The cure for longevity, for chronic disease, all that stuff is cell respiration. Just, I mean, I've never heard it so eloquently. I mean, all that I've read, Dr. David Jubb, Truth Calkins, David Wolf, all of those, Gabriel Cousens, all of those. Cell respiration is what we're after. That's the smallest, one of the smallest units of life in the body that helps the body function. And that's what's going wrong with us, is that these cells are not breathing and doing their thing with making the good stuff come in and making the good stuff go out. They're basically just turning into little hazardous waste pools or something like that. So anyways, I am discovering right now at this point the things that are working for me, and those things, I've gotten that down. I've stopped eating a lot of really exotic superfoods. Like chocolate is becoming occasional because I'm sort of using that to keep my coffee addiction away. The Cantron is becoming #1. The Zeolite, James Sheridan just came up with this, just released this. The Zeolites have been real expensive up until now. This is $25. And I think this is probably the best of the best of what you can get in zeolites, and it's an actual powder. Some of them have been liquids and come in caps, and you can actually take this stuff and make it into a mask and put it on you. Zeolites are great. Do the research on it. They help basically get heavy metals and stuff out of your body, which is something that's very much standing in your way. So the reishi mushrooms, my stuff from Mushroom Sciences. I'm taking mega dosages of reishi every day. That's along with the Cantron now, along with the Zapper, along with the bed sheets. That is all. That's why I'm somebody else now, is because I've beaten my parasite load. I know I still have a lot going on, as well as some of these other philosophies. I'm getting very much into probiotics and the whole line of thought from Donna Gates and the body ecology diet. I got a little bit out of this book and started drifting more over towards Gabriel Cousens. Now, at first, I thought that Dr. Gabriel Cousens was more the shit than Donna Gates, because he's a doctor. Well, here's my take on some of that stuff. Donna Gates has overcome an amazing, she had a lot of problems with her life, and she came up with this research in this book for her own needs first. She wasn't a doctor. I'm not trying to take away from Dr. Gabriel Cousens, but I think when you have a desperation need to achieve something, and you've achieved that, I think, and since you've experienced it on your own, I think that that person has a little more power than a doctor. Somebody, you know, David Wolf has a saying I've heard, because I listen to a lot of his lectures, and I actually have a song I'm working on right now that has a lot of sampling of David Wolf in it. And it says, that Nietzsche says, by being wounded, power grows. And I believe that, because I can tell you that I would still be the same 80% raw person, eating pasta, going to Mexican restaurants, and eating mostly raw, but not getting over that line where you start really healing yourself. And so, if I had not been wounded with HIV, I don't think I'd be on this road right now. So being wounded has a lot of power. Reasserting myself right now with getting the basic stuff. My important, expensive stuff to get is my coconut butter, my Cantron, my silver, my reishi, and a lot of the other fun stuff is just going to go by the wayside because this is what I'm trying to do. So, anyways, that's where I'm regrouping my stuff right now, and I can tell that I'm running on a little bit, and so I'm going to switch this on over to a part 2 video. Have a little bit more to say about my healing crisis that I went to. For now, that's all.